Alright, everybody, welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are checking out Watch Mojo. I think it's the first time we've covered a Watch Mojo video on here on the channel. And this one is the top 30 most toxic video game communities ever. Quite interested about this one. Obviously, there's going to be a few not surprised kind of communities here, but let's have a look. Watch Mojo's description will be in the bottom of the description. Go and check them out, and let's have a look, shall we?
Then great. Keep being a positive.
This is going to be a long video as well.
Players to follow.
Got something for you.
I mean, when you got like 30
Number
videos.
30, the Pokemon series.
Really?
For the most part, the Pokemon community can be a fairly decent bunch. It's a fandom with more fandoms within it, made of players from various generations of pocket monsters. But whereas this half of the community is welcoming and mingles with like-minded individuals, some folks take things a bit too far. If you say your favorite Pokemon game is a game not from one's generation, you might find yourself under fire simply for liking something different. On top of that, every new game is treated as the worst thing to have ever existed. So sometimes it's best to wait in the dark and observe until you find the folks to hang with.
I mean, I've only ever played the first couple of Pokemon games. I haven't played any of the new generation games.
The NBA
ever.
2K series.
I mean, NBA, I get it.
Whereas the Pokemon community
Basketball's
has some
quite
elitism
competitive.
in its generations, the NBA 2K fanbase is toxic in a more classist fashion. While
if you
some
see
may enjoy the
some
NBA
of the
2K game simply because they love
stream
basketball,
fails as well,
others will dump their wallets
see how competitive
into
people
the
get.
microtransactions to get the best players so they can go online and destroy. In other words, the player base has a serious case of the haves and have-nots. And even though some will complain about this microtransaction-fueled system, next year's game will still sell an absurd number of copies and rake in the dough with more microtransactions.
That's the one thing that's making games die these days is
Number
the microtransactions.
28, Cyberpunk 2077.
I will make sure to deliver him safely. Mr. Deshawn awaits you in room number 204.
Cyberpunk 2077 has a rather unique case of toxicity within the fandom. Sure,
Why?
it is nice that many folks have seen why the game got so many great reviews despite the technical problems at launch. However, there has been some toxic positivity surrounding the game, as some players will act like the game has always been the greatest thing and that it was always loved. Even our own video game team remembers the amount of vitriol that was flung at them at the time the game launched. So, this sudden wave of revisionist history is baffling to witness whenever it crops up.
I have
We'll just
heard
stick to talking with
the
our fellow
launch
Judy
wasn't
and
particularly
Panam
the
fans.
best of this
Thank
game,
you.
but I've never played it.
Let me in.
So this is on the list of games I need to play.
Number 27, Rocket League.
Oh god. Like, I like Rocket League when it first came out. It's just kind of, no, these
Rocket
days.
League has seen fluctuating levels of toxicity ever since the game initially launched. When we had a trading system, it was very common to see someone in the chat begging for someone to trade with them instead of playing the game. Then you had the min-maxing individuals who put every car under a microscope, causing each car's geometry to be a part of the meta. And do we even need to mention the slurs and hateful language that occurs in every other game? For a game about
Sounds
cars
like Call
playing
of Duty.
soccer, there are an alarming number of folks taking the game way too seriously.
It's cars, it's football played with cars. I mean, come on, guys. Grow the fuck
Number
up.
26, Rainbow Six Siege.
I like Siege. It's a
Even
fun
though
game
our
to play,
previous
it's just too
entries
competitive
have some
for me.
awful behavior going around, Rainbow Six Siege has some toxic behavior being flung constantly. You can't ever seem to get a single match of
like, for
genuine
me,
CGs. Instead, it's
This
a
reminds
lot of
me
the
of
usual
like the
manners
old
you'd
school
expect
like
from most
Halo and Call of
online
Duty games.
hateful
However,
language, accusations of cheating, all while
the
sweating
level
hard as
of,
if they're actually playing for money. Supposedly,
playing the
there
game
are corners of the community where you can find
is
reasonable
too much
individuals
for me
who
sometimes.
just want a good time. Just be prepared for opposing teams to not be as calm.
Reload!
Bring
Number
Jinxie's head
25,
down somewhere,
Dead
you know?
by Daylight.
Fascinating.
It seems like every single day, this community is on fire over something absurd. Whether it's because someone lost a game to a meta build or someone said they enjoy playing as a killer or survivor that someone else despises. There is always
a video game, get over it.
something wrong in the DBD community. And when there isn't something wrong, killer mains and survivor mains are arguing about who has the unfair advantage and how the game is unbalanced. Level-headed individuals are thankfully quick to end and ignore these scuttles by simply pointing out how DBD is, overall, a party game. And then they get called slurs and are shamed for being
I've
low
played
level
Dead by Daylight.
or for tunneling.
It's a fun little game. When I played it, I haven't played it recently.
Number 24,
But I'd like
the
to give it a
Silent
go.
Hill series.
I've never played the Silent Hill series, so that's something to conquer soon.
If seeing the
hopefully.
Silent Hill community on our list is shocking, well, one may not be spending a ton of time online. Don't get us wrong, there are
But I'm not
some
the best with
wholesome
horror
individuals here. Unfortunately,
feel like we
many
need to
of the
get Resident
terminally
Evil
online
first.
folks came out when Silent Hill 2's remake launched in October 2024. So many of them complained about the game supposedly being woke because Angela had cheeks and Maria wasn't as scantily clad as she was in the original game. Some even took it
I just like to say, all right, like, why is it every time we look at reviews of video games, the word woke is always there? Like, could people just grow the fuck up and just enjoy shit without making it politically correct or anything like that? Just fucking get on with it. It's video games, for fuck's sake. You know? And like, just get over it. All of you, just fucking grow up. Both sides. That's my rant.
so far as to fabricate information on the game's Wikipedia page. And of course, review bomb it on various sites. Video games are fun.
Thanks.
That's right. Yeah.
But
Like I said, video games are fun.
I think you should stay
Just
away.
enjoy video games.
Number 23.
Try not to make it fucking
Fortnite.
politicalized. Oh. Fortnite's quite low on this. I expected it
The
to be
most
a bit
toxic
higher.
Fortnite used to get was just dancing on each other's graves after getting eliminated. Even then, it wasn't toxic.
I'm sorry, but if the level of toxicity on Fortnite are people dancing after you kill somebody, then you clearly wouldn't survive the old school Modern Warfare 2 or Halo multiplayers, where after you die, everybody would teabag you and call you a bitch, call you a dickhead, you know, call you other names as well. I do think people who play some people who play video games these days are soft as fuck.
It was just lighthearted fun. However, in recent years, parents have discovered how their kids are getting bullied at school because of how they're playing Fortnite. It isn't enough to diss somebody because they're playing the game that is cool to hate on. Now kids are bullying each other over character skins. Character skins. A study conducted by Oslo Metropolitan University found that premium skins were highly valued by Fortnite's younger audiences.
And this is the
those playing with
problem
freebies
with
and defaults are often
microtransactions,
subjected
alright?
to ridicule by their peers.
Getting
in
skins.
other words,
Back in the day,
it's another case
all we had
of
to
the
do
haves
was
versus the
change,
have-nots. Just like in
right?
an
All we had to do was change the color. For Halo, for example, all you had to do is change the color of your Spartan. One day it'd be red. If you didn't like red, change it to green. If you didn't like the green, change it to blue or teal or black or white or something. You know? Nobody gave a shit. Microtransactions are the fucking death of games, I swear to God.
NBA 2K.
But this was OP as well.
Number 22.
I did like the
Mortal
Dragon Ball
Kombat
stuff.
series.
That was fun.
Their pathetic Mortal Kombat shackles me no longer.
When it comes to traditional 1-versus-1 fighting games, Mortal Kombat has often received the title for having the most toxic player base within the fighting game community. In almost every online match, the name-calling can get egregious and sometimes bigoted. Some of this will even stem from the character you're playing, as because that
I wonder if
character
Tekken's
has
in this.
cheap moves. Doesn't most of the roster? The only reason MK isn't higher on the list is because it, thank God, has the option to preemptively mute other players.
This
That's a good thing.
magic is incredible.
Not magic, your loveliness. Technology.
Number 21, Genshin Impact.
Please accept the title of Honorary Knight and the gratitude of the Acting Grandmaster.
Genshin Impact is strange because of all the games Hoyoverse has put out. None have been as vocally hostile as this one. Unfortunately, Genshin Impact's player base has an extensive history of stalking, harassment, and death threats being thrown not just at fellow players, but voice actors as well. It's gotten so bad over the years that most fans will choose to play independently away from the community rather than risk saying one small thing that could set someone off. At Genshin,
Do you think it's because not all the people, but some people who play this just stay in their basements and have like large posters of anime girls? I watch a lot of hentai. Just saying, you know, go and touch grass.
Genshin Fest 2024,
Not trying to be a dick,
Director
but
Da Wei even expressed
fuck
how
up,
the
like,
harsh
you know?
criticisms of some of the fans inflicted an extreme amount of anxiety on himself.
I've never played
and the
Genshin
rest of
Impact.
the team. Fractured and out of control.
I'd like to
does
give
not
it a
even
go just to
begin
see how
describe this
it
fandom.
looks.
That's a cool
I
story.
know a friend who's
But is
got
the Knights Gliding
playing
Manual
Genshin
really
Impact at the
written in
moment.
that style?
Wondering
Number
if
20, Fall
can-
Guys Ultimate Knockout.
I'm sorry, but Fall Guys should be higher when I'm playing it. No, I'm not that toxic. No, I'm not that toxic in the game. I'm not. All right. I pushed a friend. I pushed a friend off once in this game, and that was it. All right, only because the opportunity was there. All right, but Fall Guys, great game.
As it
18
quickly
months
became
of
one
not
of the
being able
most
to play Game of
surprising
First
hits
Crowd,
of
now I'm getting
2020,
crowds like
Fall
that.
Guys garnered a massive following almost immediately upon its release. Of course, with that
was,
fame
yeah.
comes a plethora of toxic players.
The real toxic players are the ones that stand by the
One
finish
can't
line and
expect a
hold
good
people
handful
back.
of cheaters to infiltrate games and steal victories left and right. While the anti-cheatus update has caught a good portion of hackers, there's still another toxic side of the community. One of griefers actually trying to eliminate players by simply pushing or waiting around at the finish line to troll the lobby.
Yep.
Suffice to say, these types of players can ruin most sessions.
Yeah. I mean, I don't stand there. I don't stand there by the
Number
finish line. I
19,
think that's just stupid.
RuneScape.
Just like cross the line, you know? And what's funny, the people.
While
who-
the RuneScape
I've never played
community
RuneScape.
has
I've got nothing to
most
say about
definitely
it.
improved in the last decade or so, there are still some troubling individuals walking about.
But go back to Fall Guys. It is a simple fact. It's every person for themselves. You can do whatever you want, but cheating and griefing people at the finish line, and then you get mad at that person for crossing the line because you didn't cross the line because you were griefing too much. Double standards.
For one thing, some of the die-hard and elitist players will verbally berate others, and new members can be attacked simply for being new. The fans have also been known to exploit in-game mechanics for their own personal gain. The constant whining about the game dying doesn't help either. especially when the vocal players are so unwelcoming and hostile. While we're sure most RuneScape players are delightful and the toxic ones are a vocal minority, they're more than enough to make us want to stay clear. Well, that and the time commitment.
The thing is, a lot of toxic players in video games are a minority.
Number 18,
but they're the
FIFA
most.
series.
They're the lowest.
Here's Marcelo.
Unfortunately.
And return to
And
Benzema.
here you
No
go.
problems grabbing hold of that
EA.
one.
Soccer is one of the
FC
most popular
or
sports in the
FIFA.
world, so it's natural that the FIFA series draws in millions of players every year. Unfortunately, most of these players are cheaters and crybabies. The series has a history of hackers ruining the infrastructure of the games, but it's the general attitude in the matches themselves that annoy us most.
I would like to give this game a go and play it online one day.
You'll be lucky to
But
even
people
finish
are
a
too
game in the
toxic
first
in
place,
this game.
as many players are known to
I
simply
can't
disconnect
deal
after
with
letting
it.
in a goal or two.
Am I good
For
at
those of us
football
who are
games?
lucky
No,
enough to
terrible,
finish a game,
but-
we're often treated to childish screaming, spamming, and obnoxious celebrations. So exactly like real soccer, I mean football fans. Crap. Sorry, not sorry.
It's
And on
alright.
this occasion, he goes and he scores. Let's have another view of that goal.
The worst one I've seen is that Sarah Zuko. If you don't know who she
Number
is, she's
17,
she is around.
Undertale.
But she keeps bashing her fucking. That's one thing. You know, she keeps bashing her fucking PlayStation 5 controller on a desk, and she's completely obliterated a desk and like 5 or 6 fucking PlayStation controllers. Like, people who get angry at video games that literally break their shit, I still think people who like sub to them and give them donations shouldn't give them fuck all. They should pay it out their own fucking money, I think. What is this?
How
Undertale.
exactly could a single-player game have a toxic community? Well, it all comes down to reputation. We agree with most people. Undertale is a fantastic game with clever humor and writing. However, there are some folks who take the word good and twist it into factually perfect.
I don't think I've never played this game.
There are a number of Undertale fans that live and die by this game, and if you so much as say anything bad about it, you know nothing about video games and insert threat here. Thankfully, there are more lighthearted fans who love the memes that have spawned, but even that has grown tiresome to bear.
Number 16, the Sonic the Hedgehog series.
Man, for such a cute and harmless little
I'll hear them
rodent,
out.
Sonic sure does stir up a lot of controversy. The Sonic games are spread throughout so many years and generations that the fan base has long been split and broken, leading to constant fights, name-calling, and general negativity online over which game sucks, why this new mechanic is game-breaking, etc.
I had no idea Sonic the Hedgehog had a toxic community. Have I been living under a rock? Do I need to go and touch grass? Or something? Oh, am I touching too much grass and I don't know about this shit? Wow, really? And this is higher than Fortnite? Jesus. There's a lot.
Of course, the inconsistent quality of the titles in recent years certainly hasn't helped ease the boiling pot between trolls and the most diehard of Sonic defenders, both of whom can get very aggressive. We're not even going to touch on some of the more adult things that fans often do with these characters.
Doesn't look like much.
Neither do you, Charmy, but I still managed to find a use for your pointy butt.
Number 15, Team Fortress 2.
Okay.
While many players of Team Fortress 2 are perfectly fine, there is a small vocal minority that makes the game unbearable for everyone, but especially
This
for
looks
new
like a
players.
unique
The
little
game seems to draw a lot of elitist gamers who believe that they are better than everyone.
Oh.
And being vote kicked for playing poorly or playing as the wrong character is not uncommon.
I hit.
This
picked the
on
wrong
top
character.
of the
You
constant
should play this
whining about
character.
minis on Hightower, despite it being a perfectly legal and legit form of playing, and the incessant complaining about bad or inexperienced teammates. If you've never played this game but have always wanted to check it out, we recommend that you mute your chat for the first few months.
Good idea. Good advice. Good advice.
Number 14, EVE Online.
While many players of this game are friendly
I've
and
always
helpful,
wanted to
it's
try
the
this
bad
game, but I've
apples
been
that give
warned
EVE
by
a
my
rotten
partner
name.
not
Some players will
to,
treat the inexperienced with total
play this
disdain,
game.
even to the point of harassment. It is also the Wild West
I
of
know she's
gaming.
behind
Players
you
will
right now.
rob, cheat, scam, or screw over others as often as they can in the name of self-fulfillment. However, we can accept that behavior like this is part of the game, and we can forgive it. What we can't forgive is the toxicity that extends.
She just literally said behind me, I haven't got the brain power for it. She's probably right.
Beyond the gameplay. Not cool, EVE fanboys. Not cool.
Number 13, the Halo series.
Okay.
They're using our lifeboat airlocks to attach
I
their
need to
boarding
explain.
craft.
You need to
We go
explain
out and
this
they
to
come
me.
in.
Why is Halo higher than Fortnite?
Back in the day, Halo was the pinnacle of the online multiplayer experience as
It
Halo
was.
2 perfected the art of Xbox Live and became immensely popular. However, due to its popularity, it has drawn both children, childish adults, and new fans who do nothing but clash with the old.
Okay, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Stand down. Contacts neutralized.
Most online games revolve around childish screaming matches and immature teabagging, while forums are filled with arguments regarding the quality of each game.
True.
Old fans want the classic Halo gameplay returned and whine about every new gameplay element that 343 implements. New fans enjoy the experimentation and progress, and both sets do nothing but clash with each other. Can't we just enjoy the games for what
I do like to say, I didn't like. Yeah, I liked all the games up till Halo 5. I didn't like Infinite that much. I did play the multiplayer of Infinite. It was okay. Kind of felt like old school Halo with new elements in it. But I just didn't like the campaign. I will return to the campaign at some point and restart it and play it for fresh. But yeah, man. What is happening to Halo? I miss Halo back in the day.
they are?
Thank God for the Master Chief Collection. Let's just say that.
Number 12, the Dark Souls series.
You'll never catch me playing Dark Souls or any Elden Ring style game.
There's no denying that these games are spectacular,
Especially
featuring some of the
not
most
when
impressive
kids are
worlds
in
and
the
challenging
house.
gameplay we've ever seen. Unfortunately, with the series' infamous difficulty comes an elitist, hardcore community who feels as if they are superior to the filthy casuals of gaming due to their mastering of the complex series. Those seeking help or guidance in these notoriously opaque games are often told to just get good, which is always helpful. Finally, the online community itself isn't too great, as it's filled with constant showboaters, hackers, and leg stabbers, adding a layer of frustration that even the developers didn't fully intend.
No, I'm pretty sure they probably thought this would be quite a difficult game for people
Number
to play.
11, the Super Smash Brothers
But where
series.
did that go? God. My
When
left
the
ear
original was
suddenly went
released in
deaf.
1999, everyone was instantly smitten with the game due to its addicting combat, memorable characters, and for its ability to bring friends together for some harmless fun. Then esports happened, and that harmless fun soon turned into professional dedication, and its fan base quickly went far too serious for its own good. Some of the professional players are now overly antagonistic to casuals and refuse to play unless the rules are altered to be more competitive, such as by removing items. We hope you like playing on the same map 5,000 times in a row as well. Oh, and God help the person that says they actually liked Brawl.
I've never played Super Smash Brothers. I don't intend to play Super Smash Brothers at all.
Number 10, Valorant.
Bomb buddy out.
Valorant's not a bad game. It's
much like
you've got
Riot's
to consistently
other more
play it
notorious
to
game,
learn the game.
Valorant has become so toxic that it'd make a chemical plant blush. We're talking about players making bigoted remarks in games, acting sexist towards female players, and overall acting elitist to most of their teammates.
Thing is, though, it's not just Valorant that does that. Fortnite does that. Call of Duty does it. CS:GO does it as well. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if like Halo and other games did that as well. When are we gonna? This is an honest question now. When are we all gonna accept that some girls are better than us, men, at video games? Get over it. I've got lots of gamer female friends. I was gonna say gamer girlfriends. I thought it would have sounded wrong. Female gamer friends. And half the games they play, they are better than me at it. And some of the games I've played for years. Am I mad at it? No. Is it annoying? Yes. But it is what it is. Get over it. If your ego's that bad, I don't know, take up knitting or something. I don't know.
Already there have been several articles written and Twitter threads bringing these issues to light. Even one of Riot's own developers was a victim of this behavior. Riot claims that they were working on an initiative to control and diminish the toxicity, but encouraging players to continue reporting only gets you so far. From the looks of it, history may be doomed to repeat itself.
One thing I will say about Valorant, they will, if they detect a cheat, then they will ban them, hard ban them.
There we go. Nice
Like
work,
that,
everyone.
straight away, which
Number
is great.
9, Roblox.
So good. Oh, God. Never played Roblox, but I've heard horror stories about this game.
In this
really
game,
have.
players are able to design their own virtual worlds and essentially create their own games within them. It sounds interesting, but stay clear. Trust us, the game is essentially for kids, and as we all know, kids will be kids.
Yeah, spoiled title.
While it's
Do
inevitable
I
that you'll
continue?
run into some unsavory and immature characters, there are also the constant friend requests, the classic name calling from 7-year-olds, and the comment section of games, which is just a whole bunch of cancerous nonsense, including lots and lots of spam. It wouldn't be so bad if the children knew how to...
Also, as well, if somebody ever compares Roblox toxicity to Halo 3's toxicity, you're automatically going to get a virtual slap across the face, because that is a BS argument. Just saying.
spell or use proper grammar, but come on, this is the internet we're talking about.
Time's up! Got hit with a knife. Yippee. I feel joy. Wow. Yay. This audio goes on way too long.
Number 8, Overwatch.
My barrier can't take much more.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not too sure.
The problem with Overwatch is similar to Valorant's, wherein you'll often encounter players who believe they're MLG pro gamer material and can rack up high kill-death ratio. Then you have the people who cry out that a certain hero needs to be buffed or nerfed. And you should listen to them because they supposedly clocked X amount of hours into playing certain characters.
I mean, yeah. I'm learning that with Marvel Rivals right now. Like, my main is Punisher. Like, because he's
While the addition of
easy to
endorsements
use.
has certainly put a damper on the harassment and entitlement, it feels like some praise may be undeserved or given out for the sake of earning more XP.
a lot of the characters in these sort of games are too complicated to control If you do it,
Number
well
7,
done. But for me,
World of Warcraft.
Oh, let's not talk about World of Warcraft right now. Of what's going on in the world of Warcraft. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Part of the fun in World of Warcraft was meeting new players to ally with and embark on quests together. Many have formed friendships through the game, but as online gaming has grown, the game has become another hotspot for venomous people.
Again, I've never played World of Warcraft. It's not my cup of tea.
Raids can devolve from team missions
Yeah.
into screaming sessions, and it isn't uncommon for players to be booted for simply being a lower level than everyone else. Basically, there's some unofficial requirement to be dealing a certain amount of damage per second, or you can't play with anyone.
Number 6, Dota 2.
Look at it go! Very
I've never played
fine.
Dota 2, so I can't speak
As
on
is
Dota
the
2.
case with games as complicated as Dota 2, it can be tough for new players to join when the
Again,
learning curve
it's
is
not
so
my cup of
steep.
tea. It's not my
A good
kind of
player
game.
would include and inform newbies on how to play their character or how the game works. Alas, that is not the case for the majority of the time.
Oh, look at it go!
Dominating.
With vim and vigor!
One could expect a cornucopia of insults to be hurled at them for simply not knowing how the game works or what they should be doing. With this attitude towards newbies, what's the point in jumping in if you haven't already?
Malpractice makes perfect.
Number 5, Minecraft.
Minecraft
While many people in the
depends on the
Minecraft
level of
community will work
toxicity.
together and create magnificent things, there are others who will do the exact opposite, particularly in the public servers.
Oh, that's not good. Alright, if I built a house and a
Unfortunately,
guy
with
did that
popular
to me, I'd
games
be really
come the
angry.
immature gamers, and Minecraft is filled
Real
to the
angry.
brim with them. Not only will they spam the chat function with garbage, but they will actively troll and destroy other players' creations at will. The malicious behavior even led to the popularization of the term griefing as Minecraft became well known for its troublesome players. This has become a serious problem for server admins and neutral gamers alike.
I also like to say as well, if you just play video games just to grief people, you need to get the fuck out of playing video games and grow the fuck up. Especially if you're an adult, a grown-ass adult. If you just play video games just to grief kids or just grief players just for playing the game, but doing stupid shit, get the fuck out of the community.
Number 4, the Counter-Strike series.
Counter-Strike I get. Yeah. Yeah. I play Counter-Strike. It's,
While
again,
the Counter-Strike
it's a difficult
games may
game
be a
to get
blast to play, the community and global
Once you learn it
offensives
enough,
community
play it
in
enough
particular
consistently,
is so
you'll
darn
learn.
toxic that it negates any sense of fun you may have. The games always devolve into a mess of children screaming into the microphone, vocal abuse towards other players, higher-ranked players getting unnecessarily upset, team killers, derankers, and griefers.
I mean, you can accidentally kill your teammate. Some people do it on
If that
purpose.
wasn't all, the servers are also
I did
poorly
it once.
managed, encouraging
Accidentally.
shady tactics and in some cases hacking. To truly experience the series, you need to find friends and play with them, because the games are otherwise unplayable due to the childish community.
True.
Number 3, the Call of Duty series.
Yeah, I would have put Call of Duty like top 3. You know, dolphin dive. That was a fast dolphin dive.
Perhaps one of the most infamous communities in video gaming are the Call of Duty fans. Well, we say fans extremely lightly, because it seems to us that no one actually enjoys playing these games.
In the last number of years, yes.
Many online discussions, mostly from non-fans, revolve around how these games are literally the worst of all time, and players declaring that they'll never buy another COD game again because they're all the same, man, yet continuing to buy the new iteration anyway. The online portion is also no picnic, as it is well known for the whiny children, all of which are either spamming, accusing good players of hacking, or just being loud and annoying in general.
Yeah, it's true. Very true. Does anybody remember Black Ops 1 with the customizable emblems? Just saying. Customizing emblems is probably one of the worst things Call of Duty ever put into a video game. Just because of all the stuff people put in there. Some of it was funny. Some of it was really bad. And people didn't get banned for it. Which is crazy enough for it, you know? But I'm not going to say what they were, but you can kind of have an idea what some of it was. But, geez, I'm glad they never brought that back.
Our reputation's built on victory.
Number 2, Grand Theft Auto Online.
I can see this as
We've been waiting for this for years. Too bad about the players, though. While the initial launch was problematic, the game's toxic community has lingered. The game is full of trolls and griefers, and there always seems to be that one player who is completely incompetent and refuses to play along with everyone else.
Isn't that with like any video game, though? Massive multiplayer
There is also
online.
an extremely bad case of gang mentality, as groups often talk trash to and single out players simply for not being part of their clique. There are also the screaming kids who yell profanity, the likes of which you've never heard. When it comes to hypothetically meeting Trevor in real life or playing this game online, we'd pick Trevor. It's that bad.
All right. Okay. That's not bad. Oh, good. That was a good sniper shot, that was.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
The link is going to be down below in the chat, guys.
Number 1, League of Legends.
Yeah, League of Legends is probably one of the most toxic gaming communities.
Where to begin
ever.
with these two?
I will say though, if any of you remember me, remember my Welsh Destroyer days, I actually affiliated the first time while playing League of Legends. True story.
Gamers typically reference League and Dota when speaking about toxic MOBA communities. And for good reason. Something about these games just seems to bring out the worst in people, as you'll hear some of the most racist, profane, and inappropriate language you will ever hear while playing. Players sabotage teammates with intentional feeding and verbally assault other gamers for performing poorly.
The good thing is I didn't experience any of that, which is a good thing.
Many remain
God.
unapologetic in their behavior, and it's gotten so bad that major gaming websites have actively written about the problem. But perhaps the worst part is how the two communities are incredibly hostile to each other. Why can't they just be nice to each other? That's a very good question.
Because people are human, and humans are stupid.
Which of these communities have you stayed away from? Let us know down in the comments.
To be honest, there were a few surprises in there. I thought Fortnite could have been a lot higher than what it was. And a few others could have been lower down, I think. Sonic surprised me. Sonic the Hedgehog community really surprised me. I was surprised Mario wasn't on there. But it kind of shows what kind of community Mario is, which is probably a good one. The Mario Kart community, are they toxic? I haven't experienced any toxicity from a Mario Kart community. I've actually some of the communities have come up on this. I've actually experienced, and some of them have been pretty nice. So I think it's just it does happen, and it happens a lot, especially on like stream fails and stuff like that. Some I've experienced myself firsthand, some I haven't. So some of these are very surprised. What What do you guys find surprising about? Was this list accurate? Were there some game communities should have been higher, some should be lower? Make a comment down below. Don't make it proper good comments, not just shitting on people. Just literally good conversation. Comments down below, and I will respond to them as well. All right, like and subscribe. See you on the next one.